this one, oh my goodness, this is tough. Taking her wide. Come on, Ram. Drop down a gear. Well, there is nothing like winter, folks. Nothing like winter in the construction game. Snowstorm yesterday, starting to snow again. I got this out just in time from back to that driveway and bunkie job. I got it out yesterday. This is as far as I could get it. I wasn't able to get it to my place. It's a good thing I didn't, because I wouldn't have got this out of my driveway anyway. With my driveway, the way that it is, it's pretty steep. So that's the beauty, another beauty of this spot here, is that the ground is flat. I was trying to find my key. There we go. Oh. Is that the ground is flat here. Getting in and getting out for the most part. Slight little grade. So it makes it nice for that. I don't need to worry about trying to climb a hill or go down a hill in the winter time. But now we're heading up to the valley with this thing. And apparently they didn't get a whole lot of snow up there. Apparently they only got like an inch of snow or something, compared to like 8 to 6 inches of snow here. I don't know if you guys can see anything. I'm just trying to get going here. It's like 11 o'clock right now, and I need to be back in time to pick Bauer up from daycare. I got a pretty good drive up there, but I want to get this started. So we've got the Ram and the ktrail ready to roll. Get this thing on the trailer. Get this ready to roll. Get up there and get back. And of course, everything was looking good, and now it's starting to snow here again. Anyway, on Thursday of this week, it's gonna be plus 12. Friday is gonna be plus 10. Can't figure out the weather this year. All right, well, we are loaded up and ready to go. That went very well. Ready to hit the road. Hopefully I can get out of here. I parked myself on a slight little downgrade so I don't spin too much. But yeah, we're ready to rock and roll up to the valley. I'm told it's a lot nicer up there. I hope it is. Well, so far, other than having to keep my windshield clean, which is tough, the roads have been really good. No issues whatsoever. I have run into a few vehicles that got a bunch of snow on the front of them, so I'm really hoping that they did not come from cutting across the number 12, because that's exactly where I'm heading, right up here on this ramp. So hopefully the roads on the number 12 is, you know, I'd take half as good, but, you know, close to as good as what these are. So if that's the case, we'll have it made for sure the whole way up. Really hoping, but it is still snowing. It's starting to pick up pretty good. Roads are better than I ever could have imagined. This is the exact opposite of what you typically see coming from the South Shore to the valley. Typically, it's like this in the South Shore, and in the valley, there's a ton of snow. But when I asked John this morning how much snow they got up there, because John's gonna be the one running the machine, he lives in the valley, he said, we got like less than an inch of snow. I was like, what? So anyway, this is great. This is perfect. I have no concerns at all, other than going up that crazy steep switchback on North Mountain, going up the brow of Mountain Road. Not that I think it's going to be slippery, because it doesn't look like it will be, but it is a hard pull. and a very, very tight turn to get around there. I'm probably gonna put the truck in four-wheel drive just because I don't want the back wheels to start hopping or start spinning. And then if I have to come to a complete stop and put this thing in four-wheel drive, I don't really want to be starting on that hill from a dead stop, because that would be extremely hard on the truck. And it's hard to say if the truck would even move pulling that up. Maybe in four low, who knows. But anyway, I'm probably just gonna put it in four-wheel drive and take the turn as wide as I possibly can, because I'm gonna need to anyway. And we'll see how it all plays out. But yeah, this is a very, very pleasant surprise. So with seeing this, I'm definitely gonna send Brady up with me tomorrow and take a go at clearing this thing off. That's gonna be the game plan. All right, well now we are going down South Mountain. This is the easy side. No matter what way you go, you know, the whole way along the South Mountain and North Mountain is quite a bit more extreme and steeper than what the south side is. The truck's doing a good job of holding itself back for the most part. It's holding here at like 80. Speeding up slightly, but not much. No, I can't help the bumps. So that's all the truck. I'm not touching the brakes at all. So it's speeding up a little bit. There's my father. That's funny. Oh my goodness, man. That hill is terrible. Alright. Well, I don't see John. He was supposed to meet me here, but that's alright. I'll just give him the address and he can find his way. Alright, let's get on the 101 now. Alright, well, here we go. Here we go. Heading to the top of Brow Mountain Road. I don't think there's anyone behind me right now, which is good. This is the easy part so far. Oh yeah, now I got a guy behind me, but he's gonna have to just wait. So the asphalt is dry by the looks of it, so I'm not gonna bother with four-wheel drive. So we've got our first sharp turn right here, if you look at the map. But this isn't the bad one. This is the easy one. Here we go around this one, and now we're getting steep. One thing about the Ram, you can't tell what gear you're in. Here's another sharp turn. This again is not bad. So far we're doing good. So up here is the hairpin. So this one, oh my goodness, this is tough. Taking her wide. Come on, Ram. Drop down a gear. There, it finally dropped. This will make things heat up. Yeah, it's doing its thing. If it would have dropped a gear quicker, it would have been a heck of a lot easier on the truck, but it held its gear pretty long right there. Right now we got her made. I was a little worried there for a second it wasn't gonna drop. we've got it now. The guy behind me is probably like, holy, what are you doing? Well, you know, just a day in the life of one of my trucks. And all right, now we just got to find where we're going and unload this thing. All right, well, here we are. Trailer is filthy, but they got like no snow here whatsoever. The old girl, she if I would have manually shifted it and put it in like limited to like second gear coming up that hill or something, or third gear, probably second gear, it would have handled that much better. But yeah, didn't want to drop down, but it ended up dropping down in the end. But John's walking the machine in, and we're about to get started grubbing some stuff off here. So the first section, there's not much to do whatsoever. It's already sort of been cleared, but we are going to clean up some of these old apple trees and stuff like that. But the real work takes place down here in the thicket. So the driveway is coming down here. They haven't picked the exact route yet, but for now we're probably just gonna sort of grub it off and bring material in later. But we'll see how this is all going. The guy's the property that we're doing here, actually, he has a YouTube channel, and he's the rural dad. Check him out. All right, so here's where it gets thick. And it definitely gets thick. So this needs to be opened up. This is where the driveway is going. We're gonna go about 20 feet wide for now until he figures out what exactly he's doing for power, if he's putting poles in or going underground, or you know, whatever. If he goes underground, we'll just probably bury it right underneath the driveway. But if he does poles, then we'll have to open up a spot off to one side for him. And then down here is where the house is gonna go. So he's been in here and he did some cutting. He came back for a few days, like a month and a half ago or something like that. He was in and did some cutting, so we got some cleanup in here to do. It's got to be opened up a lot more to make room for the house and the septic, the well, and all that sort of stuff. And you can't see right now, but once he or we or whoever cuts these trees down in front here, he'll have a nice view of the valley, because we're up here quite a ways. And then the next door neighbors, they've all got clearing done. You can see right out through to the valley. So we've got some cutting, we've got some clearing and clean up stuff to do, but for now we're just gonna pile everything up sort of out of the way, and then we'll figure that all out later on. So yeah, this is the next one. Pretty straightforward. All right guys, well, I'm gonna get out of here for now. I'm gonna head back up here tomorrow with Brady, some chainsaws, and we're gonna go at that in there, do some measurements, mark off the clearing, get the roads, get the trees in the road down so it's easier for John to clean up. And then he can easily separate the trees from the stumps and all that, limb them up. Yeah, there's a couple days cutting in there for sure, and then lots of cleanup and grubbing off and all that to do for John. And we'll figure out the driveway. He's gonna need some material for sure here on the field. Pick a spot where it's going in, probably right about here somewhere. Take as little amount of trees down here as possible. I don't know if we're gonna call for a culvert. They're weird sometimes. Sometimes you think they will and they don't. Sometimes you think they don't and they will. So I don't think there's any culverts on any of the other houses that are on this side of the road. So I don't know why they would need a culvert here. Like, what's a culvert gonna do? Nothing. So it should just be some material dumped in here, and away we go. But yeah, the Ram did the job again. Now we're heading back empty. Back in time to head to daycare and pick the big man up. All right, so maybe you can kind of see a little bit, even if you pause it on your phone or whatever and you zoom in, but you can see right across to the valley, to the other side. So the other side there is South Mountain. That's where I came down that hill with the machine loaded. I'm going down here empty now, man. The exhaust brake on this thing is so awesome. Like, I know the trailer's empty, but the trailer's still 8,000 pounds. And this turn here and this hill, man, I tell you what, this ain't no joke. This ain't no joke. I gotta make sure no one's coming because my trailer will probably be over in the other lane. Oh, I'm heading for the, yeah, as long as you hit the snowbank on the shoulder, the trailer makes it around. So I'll note that on the way down. With the machine on, it's gonna be a little more work for the exhaust brake and the transmission, that's for sure. Yeah, well, all right. Machine is on site, John is there. Tomorrow will be a lot more action going on. I'm probably gonna end up either hauling a truck up for John to have, so he can have a truck with a fuel cell in the back, probably this one, or I'll bring a truck and Brady brings a truck and then we just leave one behind. Do I see a Sany? Yep, it's a Sany 60 right there. They're everywhere around here now, I tell you that. All right, well, there it is, back in its perch. Well, I'm gonna get the skid steer down here once I pick Bauer up and get this area down here cleaned up. Because we're supposed to get a bunch of warm weather next couple days, and with it scraped down, it will be absolutely gone. I think I'm gonna haul another machine tomorrow with this, so I'm leaving the trailer and everything hooked up to it. So I think before we go up to that site, I'm gonna go over and pick up the 80 over across the lake and get out to the pit property. I got to get this thing geared up on my skid steer soon. I want to get this thing tested, try it out, compare it to the 160. But yeah, I used the skid steer today to clean like the driveway and up by the house, and all I have for it right now is the bucket. I don't have you know, like an actual plow for it, like an angle plow, and I don't have a snow blower either. So with one of those two things, it would have been even quicker, but it did really well, even just with the bucket. And I had Bauer on my lap the whole time. I think it only took maybe 20 minutes to do the whole driveway all the way out to the road. This is what you're seeing is only really half of it. But yeah, it did wicked. I was very happy. And Bauer had a good time sitting on my lap, that's for sure. Up top here isn't cleaned up all the best yet by the hose and by the 450. But there it is. So once I pick Bauer up, I'll clean up here and then get away from the hose and stuff better as well.